Good morning and welcome to another Sunday reflection. I was thinking earlier about the most fun I've ever had at a Christmas dinner. And it was about 12 or 13 years ago, can't remember which. And it was at our house, and I was the cook and sort of the host. And I set the table to make sure that you could not fit another chair at the table, and I was one short. And I made a really simple meal. It was a pasta dish that one of those that you make a sauce, and I had some Italian sausage in it and other things. And you cook the pasta, you pour the pasta in, you toss it, goes in a bowl, bam, it's done. And you have a vegetable, and you start off with a green salad, and you have a nice dessert. Simple, simple, simple. The whole process took me less than a half an hour to make. Easy peasy, didn't need a recipe. It's the sort of thing you could do in my sleep, right? Unlike any Christmas dinner I've ever done before, where you have to worry about everything being perfect and, oh no, be sure you don't break the sauce and separate the custard and, on and on. This one was easy. And there were three courses, okay? The salad starter with rolls, there was the pasta and the vegetable, and then there was the dessert. Now, the dessert was world-class, awesome. I made that the day before. Yeah, maybe I'll do a whole long post on that one sometime. But that was, and lucky for me, it was a great success. But anyway, we start out. I was a different character each time I went to the table. When this whole thing started and I told everyone what I was going to do, of course, my sister-in-law told me right off, no, you're not allowed to do that. You bring in a chair and you sit down at the table with the rest of us. You can't do that for Christmas dinner. And, my house, my table, my dinner, my rules, right? And I told her, well, the biggest part of my job is to make sure that your wine glass is always full. Now, that was kind of an inside joke, but okay, she got it. Yes, that was fine. You just make sure my wine glass is always full. Well, that was easy enough. So first I was a German guy sounding like somebody in the movies giving order. It was half German, half thick accent, bad English grammar, pretty good German grammar though. And I was basically giving orders. This is your salad. You will taste it. You will eat it. You will love it. That kind of thing. And everybody starts laughing. And my kids were all there. And of course, my kids know that I can suck the fun out of anything. And this was quite unusual for me. And so then they started chiming in with their remarks, and we played off each other. And it was just a couple minutes into this that everybody at the table's laughing and having a great time. And the next time I was an English butler with the worst English accent you've ever heard. And then the final time I sounded a lot like Gomer Pyle, actually, and was kind of a goofy, character. But the whole point was, it was laughter the whole time. And even when I was in the other room getting the next stuff ready, they were all out there laughing and having a great time, more so than I've ever seen at a Christmas dinner. You see, on that day, I gave them permission to be filled with joy. And isn't there something about the whole Christmas story that's about joy? Aren't we to be filled with joy? Isn't the birth of our Savior a joyous thing? So why not relax and let our joy come out? And if you're the one that's the host or the hostess, are you going to kill yourself working and sweating and being anxious that everything comes out right? Is that gonna fill anybody with joy? Maybe really good food, probably better food than we had the year I've been talking about. But That's not exactly what I would call joyous, is it? Well, that's the thing for us to reflect on this week. It's worth thinking about. It's worth praying about. Let's bring the joy back into Christmas Day. Well, I'll see you next time for another Sunday reflection.